It's that time again. It's time for another Saturday night special where we talk about everything rockhounding related. Well, people, we got a lot to get into tonight. I hope you're having a good weekend. We're going to just kind of hop right into some of the topics I'd like to discuss. So, in the past couple of weeks, I've had a number of comments and a couple of emails from people feeling maybe a little, well, lost for lack of a better word, as far as to getting into rock hounding. They're watching some of the videos here and it seems a little daunting. Now, what we're doing here on this channel is kind of pushing the boundaries, pushing the limits sometimes. What you really need to get started in the hobby of rock hounding is really basic. I'm going to just cover those things real quick. First off, you need something to put your rocks in. I suggest those. That is a little 2-gallon feed bucket, but a medium-sized bucket. Okay. You got to have some gloves. Gloves are always nice. Now, there's always kind of exceptions to this stuff. You're going to want a rock hammer. This is an Estwing rock hammer. I suggest you buy a quality rock hammer, and Estwing is that. There's cheaper ones out there. I haven't used those, so I can't really comment on that. Now, the way a rock hammer is meant to be used, the pointy end here, this is meant for prying, digging, scratching at the ground, stuff like that. It is not a chisel, okay? The hammerhead is not for breaking rocks. That's not for breaking rocks. What you're going to need is a small chisel. This is a concrete chisel. A little one, but, it's still a concrete chisel, right? So, this is kind of considered a disposable thing. Like, I think this is $6. That's how this works. You chisel, use your hammer, hit your chisel. So, don't break rocks with your rock hammer. Next, you're going to need a book or somewhere to start. You can just go walk creeks and all of that. Getting a guidebook for your state is an excellent start. Now, these guidebooks, you got to take what's in them with a grain of salt. In my experience, they're anywhere from 80 to 95% correct. Well, that margin of error can really mess you up. So, you got to have some type of guidebook, and I highly, highly recommend Gaia GPS. You get that app on your phone and pay for it. Get the paid version. $40. I have a lot of content here on this channel, different videos, an article on the website about Gaia GPS, why you need it, on and on. Short summary to know where you're at, lay down tracks, private lands, public lands, and to know where snow is. So all of those things are critical. You're going to be using your phone a lot. I suggest you get one of these battery packs, these little things you can charge your phone up with. Okay. Pretty simple. $30, $6. I don't know what these things are now. Whatever. You can get a book at the library. Gloves you probably already have. Little bucket is like $6. So that's all you really need to start dipping your toes into the world of rock hounding and kind of getting at it. That said, let's look at some rocks and talk about this past week. So, I have an old friend. Now, I've known this person for a long time. We go back pretty far, actually. Her name is Erica, and she's got a YouTube channel, and Anyways, we've known each other long before I started this YouTube channel. Well, her son, her husband have kind of been getting into rock hounding in the past couple of years, and they sent a couple of things to look at here and kind of see if we can do some identification on. Let's hit a light. How about that? That's a little nicer. Erica, Teddy, let's look at the rocks that you sent here. So, right away, you can kind of tell we have a volcanic rock here. Basalt. One of the samples that were sent is this one. This is a pretty good one. You can see right there, those nodules. That is spherical siderite. Classic stuff, right? You can see us here. something I see a lot of, little iron nodules. Now, let's see, on this sample here, there is some of that. You see that kind of glowing right there? What we have there is a little layering of epidote, which isn't necessarily uncommon in certain basalt formations. So pretty sure that's what you have there. Thanks for well sending me those samples. I will add them to the collection, and you know, I appreciate it. It's always nice to receive a little parcel in the mail. All right. So, hanging out with Kate. Katie did, right? So great to hang out with her. You know, it was nice to meet her and Jim and Kava. I thought we could look at some of the stuff from the past week now. So, here is probably one of the nicer pieces of pyrite that Sarah found. Very cool. And, you know, it was nice to hang out with Kate. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely stuff. I love the area, you know. Northeast Washington being amazing. It's amazing. She also gave me... Yeah. She gave me this. Now, I haven't cut this yet. But this is coming out of a deposit in... Well, I think for right now, I just need to say North Central Oregon. What we have here is either a piece of chert or jasper. I haven't done the legwork to really be able to tell you for sure, but it is a cool rock. I am gonna chuck this up in the saw here in well, probably next week at some point. So that's always fun. Get some stuff like that to cut up. I did do some cutting of the wild turkey material. Now, if you didn't see that video, wild turkey is noble serpentine, is what it is called, being referred to. I've never seen serpentine that looks like this. We got some of this. Look at that. That is just, it's so incredibly yellow. Like, compare it to the stuff that we typically see, right? So this is kind of your more common serpentine. I mean, it's very, very kind of like dark green, right? And then we have this stuff, which is so incredibly neon, you know? I haven't really been able to work the material a whole lot. Did cut some of it. I got this piece that's a little more green. Now, that's not actually cracks. I mean, well, they were at one point, and then it got kind of re-solidified. So that's entirely solid. Like, you could easily get a cab out of that without it breaking. So that's cool. You know, and so the Wild Turkey Day, I didn't do much rock hounding, and I'm very okay with that. You know, the mine's not that far from where we live, so we can always go back at a later date. But it was absolutely worth it to have everybody come out, get to visit with so many people. I had so many conversations with everybody. It was absolutely a blast for me. So thank you all for coming out, those of you that managed to come out. And I do have plans in the future for doing kind of more stuff like that. So that should be a lot of fun. And yeah, I think overall it was positive all around. I know that the mine owner, he did a bunch of business that day, which is good. You know, that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that he would come away from it seeing how supportive the rockhounding community can be for a small-time mine owner to open up their private property to a dig. And, you know, I have plans to maybe do some other stuff like that in the future, which will be completely awesome. So, after the wild turkey, which here, one more look at some of this stuff. Check this thing out. Look at that. So cool. I can't wait to get this stuff up at the saw. Now, this is important. Look at all this white on here, right? Now, I know some people are going to be like, asbestos! Look, y'all, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, this is something that comes up repeatedly, and here's how this goes, right? Natural asbestos is not that big of a deal. Um, it's it's not. It's very different than the stuff that's in your house or in your roof, old roof. You tear it off, it gets up into the air, you breathe it in. Now, even that, it's pretty much okay to do it once. You can go change out your own roof with some asbestos. Not that big of a deal. It's all about length of exposure, right? Like I have radioactive rocks in the collection, and I just don't handle them much. You know, I mean, do you want to do asbestos abatement for a living and not wear PPE? Probably a bad idea. Handling the stuff occasionally, not that bad of an idea. It's not a big deal. That said, natural asbestos also isn't the same, and it doesn't work its way up into the air the same. All of this white though is decayed, weathered out magnesite. Here's some really nice magnesite, okay? And when we do a comparison, even just a visual comparison, we can easily see that we have, well, mostly magnesite. There we go. Let's do some of that. So after the wild turkey, me and a bunch of other people, we went to another mine in the area because there's a lot of mines in Northeast Washington, and I picked up this. And what we have here is we have some marble, we have pyrite, and then some really nice magnesite. So this is obviously cut down, but very pretty material. And I cut that in half, so I got some little pieces that I can stand up. That's pretty, you know. I like it. And out of the middle of that, I cut a slab so that I can always make something. I'm going to throw this in the big box of slabs. However, that's not everything that I've been cutting on this past week. I think I'd have to go back and check. 2017, May 2017. Myself and Sarah went to the Hollywood Ranch. That is in like central Oregon, and have petrified wood there that you can dig. It is a pay dig. You know, you pay and you can go out and you can go dig. Well, here's a piece that I dug up there. Now it's like a Sweet Home, Oregon. Right? Beautiful piece of petrified wood. Well, I've been packing this thing around ever since, and I just finally got around to cutting it. Look at that. Man, you can just count the grain in that. I think all of the black is going to be carbon. There's some little more clear pockets of chalcedony, and overall, I think it is super nice. And if and when I ever have the capability of polishing up something as this big, that'll be a lovely display piece. When I was at the Wild Turkey, I got to meet up with my buddy Matt. Matt's a cool guy, and I gave him some petrified wood that I cut and polished for him. He gave me this nice piece of jasper, which I need to figure out. I kind of want to cut it. I think it'll look really pretty on the inside. We got that kind of butterscotch with that red. It'll be good, right? That'll be a future project. And this piece right here that I collected out that mine of that magnesite with the marble, and you can really see how I like this one with the stripes going through it. I like it enough. To where I did some cutting on it. Running out of space here. I cut 2 slabs, right? We got this slab right here, and they're very different thicknesses. This is for a special project I have in mind, and then that. So, well, aren't we running long on this Saturday night special? Hey everyone, I appreciate you coming by. This coming week, I have 2 really fun videos for you. I think you're gonna like them, and I think we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it there. Normally, I like to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, but you're just gonna have to wait. Patience, you know. So take care. Hope you have a lovely Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much for watching my entire video. If you like the content that I'm producing here on this channel and you want to support the content even further, You can do so by becoming a channel member by hitting the join button down below. The membership comes with a growing library of exclusive videos and just great other extra content. So just follow the links down below, and I will see you on the next video.